Hi, it's Divyajyoti Mahapatra. Welcome to my channel DJM Physics. Students, today's topic is speed. Okay, and although you have learned about this word in class 9, we will learn some different topic, or we will learn the same thing from some different aspect. Okay, so first we will learn about uniform and non-uniform speed, and then we will come to average and instantaneous speed. Okay, first let us leave about the speed and motion and all that. First let us come to a distribution of chocolate in a classroom. Okay, let I have 100 number of chocolates are with me, and in my classroom there are 100 number of students, sorry, there are 25 number of students are there. Okay, so they are sitting in 5 groups. Okay, so this is group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, and their number of students is 25. In each group there are 5 number of students. So I have decided to give 20 chocolates to each group. Okay, so I have distributed the 20 chocolate, 20 into 5, 100 chocolates I have distributed. So now the question is whether I have distributed the chocolate uniformly. Answer is yes, sir. Till now it is yes, sir. But for now, let us come how I have distributed the chocolates to the individual students. Okay. Here these 5 students got chocolates as 5, 6, 5, 1, 3. Here these 5 students got one student 4, one student 3, one student 2, one student 6, one student 5, like that. Okay, the numbers are written here, you can check. So now if I will show you these numbers, and now I will ask you whether the chocolates are distributed uniformly, what you will take? No, sir, it is not distributed, because one student is getting 5 here, one student is getting 0 here, one student is getting 10 here, one student is getting 4 here. So they all got different number of chocolates. Maybe some students got the same number, but not all of them. Okay, so when I am looking to the groups, then I may tell that the distribution of chocolate is uniform. But when I will go through the individual student, then I will find no, the distribution is not uniform. Okay. Now let us come to the definition of average speed, and we will relate this example to understand this definition. The definition of a uniform speed is given like this: if an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, however small this interval may be, then the object is said to be in uniform speed. Okay, then it is said to be in uniform speed. If an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, this is very easy to understand, but here there is an important point is there: however small this interval may be. Now let us understand what is the meaning of that particular sentence or that particular condition, you can tell. See, an object is there which is moving on a straight line. Okay, and it is at t equal to 0, it is at 0. At t equal to 1 second, it is at 4 meter. T equal to 2 second, it is at 10 meter. At 3 second, it is at 15 meter. Like this it is given. Okay, now if we will see, in every 2 seconds, if I will consider how much distance the object has travelled in every 2 seconds, then you can see in these 2 seconds, from 0 second to 2 second, it has travelled from 0 to 10. So in 2 seconds, it has travelled 10 meter. Okay, similarly in the next 2 seconds, it again travelled 10 meter, from 10 meter to 20 meter. So the total distance is 10 meter from 2 to 4 seconds. Again from 4 second to 6 second, means in an interval of 2 seconds, it again travelled from 20 meter to 30 meter, so 10 meter. So if I will see this motion in every 2 second interval, then I may tell that it is in uniform motion. But that is not the definition. Why? The definition is however small interval you may choose, the object should travel equal distance in that interval. See, if I am choosing an interval of 1 second here, in this 1 second it has travelled 4 meter. In the next 1 second it travels 6 meter. In the next 1 second it travels 5 meter. In the next 1 second it travels from 15 to 20, means again 5 meter. In the next 1 second it travels from 20 to 28, means 8 meter. In the next 1 second it travels 2 meter. So you can see, if I have decreased the interval from 2 second to 1 second, now you can see the distance travel in each 1 second are different: 4, 6, 5, 5, 8, 2, like that. So it is not a uniform motion. not only up to 1 second, you may even decrease that to some millisecond or some microsecond, and if you found that the motion is not uniform or not, the object is not traveling equal distance in that interval, in every 0.1 second interval, then also you can tell that this is a not uniform speed. So that is the importance of this line. However small interval you may choose, in that small interval, in every of that small interval, the object should travel equal distance, then only you can tell that the object is in uniform motion. So in this case, this is a non-uniform speed. Okay, it is not a uniform speed, it is a non-uniform speed. Is it clear? Now if the definition is uniform speed is clear, now the non-uniform speed is not a very big matter, very big topic. If the definition will be, if an object covers unequal distances in equal interval of time, however small these intervals may be, then the object is said to be in non-uniform speed. Okay. Now let us come to the important and the most conceptual topic, that is average and instantaneous speed. Okay. Now again let us come to the example of some chocolates. Okay. Let there are 10 students in my classroom. Okay, and I have distributed them chocolates in this manner: 2, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 6, 0, 1. Now if someone will ask what is the average, we know what is the average formula, general average formula: add all the number of chocolates divided by the number of students. So I have added all them, got 30, divided by number of students is 10, so I got an average of 3. Average 3 does not mean that each of them got 3 chocolates. Okay, obviously it is seen from the diagram that each of them have not got 3 chocolate. So average of 3, then what does that 3 number represent? Here these 3 represents that if you will distribute the chocolates uniformly, or you will distribute it equally among the individual students, then each of them will get a 3 chocolate. Is it clear? If you will distribute it uniformly, then they will get 3 chocolate. Each of them will get 3 chocolate. It does not mean that they got some different number of chocolates, and that actual number, okay, may be more than this, may be less than this, or may be equal to this. You can see here that this student got 3 chocolate, means exactly same as the class average. This student got 4 chocolate, means more chocolate than the class average. This student got only 1 chocolate, means less than the class average. Similarly, you may have gone through results of your class or in your exams, that in your exams a student may get 33%, a student may get 95%, but there is a class average. How to find that? Add all of the percentage divided by the number of students, you will get a average percentage. Like that we can calculate average. Now let us come to the very important point, that is instantaneous. What do you mean by instantaneous? In this case, if I will ask what is the number of chocolate this person will get, this person got actually, that is 5. So I will tell the instantaneous value of the chocolate that this person got is 5. Okay. Similarly, what is the average this person, what is the instantaneous value of this person got, or the actual value you can tell. Here it is, instantaneous is not a proper word, but that word will be actual. So how many number of actual chocolate this student got? That is 1. Okay. So the actual value and this is the average value, they are two different things. The same thing is applicable in a motion also. The average speed of a particle and the instantaneous speed of a particle are two different things. Okay. Let us now understand with an example. Let I have started from home and the school is there at a distance of total 8 km from my home. I have started at let 11 am and I reached here at 11:25 am, and different positions are given at different time. At 11:05 am I am at a distance of 1 km from my home. At 11:10 am I am at a distance of 3 km from my home. Like that, at 11:20 am I am at a distance of 7 km. I am not moving with a constant speed. Let here I have started I have moved very rapidly up to this speed, up to this point, accelerate with a higher and higher velocity, and then I saw a person, or I saw my friend. I have stopped, or I have decreased my speed, and at 11:15 in this 5-minute interval I have only traveled 1 kilometer. In the previous 5 minutes I have traveled 2 kilometer, but here in this 5 minutes I have traveled only 1 kilometer. After meeting my friend, okay, I have increased my speed again, and in the next 5 minutes I have traveled a 3 kilometer distance. And when I am going to approach my school, I braked, I use my brake, and in the next 5 minutes I travel only 1 kilometer. So I was traveling with different speed. Now what is an average and instantaneous here? Average speed will be how much distance you travel divided by the time you have taken. Okay, that is the average speed, or you can write it as V average. Speed is written as V, symbol is V, as you all know. So that is V average. What is the average speed then? Formula for average speed, that is equal to the total distance travelled divided by the total time taken. Okay. So here if we will use what is the average for this total motion, it will be equal to 8 kilometer divided by 25 minutes, 11 to 11:25. So in this case if we will find, then it will be equal to 8 kilometer divided by 25 minutes, or you can write it as 8,000 divided by 8,000 meter divided by 25 minutes, or you will get here 320 meter per minute. Okay. So this is the average speed throughout the motion. It means if I would have travelled in a constant speed, then I must travel with this much speed to cover this 8 kilometer distance in a 25-minute time. Okay. Similarly, you can find between any two time interval. Let someone ask you what is the average speed between this time interval. Okay, between 11:10 to 11:20 am, what is your average? Okay, what is the average speed of the motion? Then you can see what is the distance traveled between this time. It is 7 kilometer minus 3 kilometer. Yes or no? Divided by time, it is 11:20 minus 11:10. Like this you can do. Okay, so it will be equal to 4 kilometer divided by 10 minutes. Yes or no? Or equal to 4,000 divided by 10, or you can write it as 400 meter per minute. Okay. So in this time interval your average speed was 400 meter per minute. Okay. So this is all about average. Now what is the instantaneous? Instantaneous means while moving at exactly 11:10 am. Exactly at 11:10 am, I have took a photograph of my speedometer. Okay, I think you know what is a speedometer is, in which the speed is showing. Okay, in car, in bike, everywhere it is there. You may have telling I am moving with 60 kilometer per hour, moving at a speed of 60, like that. So that is a speedometer which is showing you the speed, and that machine is not showing you the average speed. That cannot calculate the average one. So at that particular point, whatever speed you are having, that speedometer is showing you that speed. It means that speedometer is showing you instantaneous speed. Okay. Let for example at 11:10 am, what was the speed? What was the instantaneous speed? How to check? At exactly 11:10 am, you look at the speedometer. Okay. Let the speed was some 70 kilometer per hour, or you took a photograph at exactly 11:10 am and you found that it is at 70 kilometer per hour. So you know that your instantaneous speed was 70 kilometer per hour, and that may be equal to, may be greater than, may be smaller than this average speed. Okay, or this average speed. Okay. Now how to find the instantaneous speed then? We have only one formula. Okay, this formula I can write like this also. You can see this, if the time interval is not calculated from 0, then I can write here like this is some this 7 kilometer minus 3 kilometer. This is nothing but change in the displacement, or sorry, change in the distance. So I can write it as delta S. S is displacement, sorry, distance, and delta is change. Okay, delta symbol in physics represents change, so it is change in s, divided by, this is 1120 minus 1110, so this is nothing but change in time. So this is the average speed formula, v average equal to delta s divided by delta t, change in distance divided by change in time. Now we have only this one formula. How to use this formula to find the instantaneous speed? Okay, so for this Newton did a lot of labor. For now, if you will learn, you will think okay, it's very easy, but at that time Newton did a very high labor to find the answer of instantaneous. He discovered the method of calculus to calculate this only. Okay, and later on calculus, use of calculus was everywhere in mathematics and physics. So now let us check how to find the instantaneous speed at 11:10 am by using this formula itself. Now let us assume two time. Let at 11:09 am and 11:11 am. So it is at 11:09 am and it is 11:11 am. The object was at this point at 11:09 am, at 11:11 am the object is at this point. Okay. Now if we will find the average between these two time interval, like you have found here between these two time, if I will find the average between these two time interval, it will, although it will be not exactly what the value is at 11:10, but it will be nearby some values of the speed which the object was having at that 11:10 am. Okay, because the speed cannot change from like 70 kilometer per hour to 700 kilometer per hour in this small time interval. Speed either will change, either will increase gradually or it will decrease gradually. So if the time interval is only is 2 minutes, 9 to 11:11, then obviously the change in the speed is very small. Okay, and you can find or you can approach towards the speed that the vehicle has at the time of 11:10. Now we can even decrease this time interval. For the let the time interval we have chosen now is 11 minute 9 second 999 millisecond to 11 minute 10 second and 001 millisecond, means now the time interval is only of 2 millisecond. Okay, and obviously in between this very small time interval, this speed is going to be changed with very small value. Okay, so I can tell that the average speed between these two time interval, between this and this time interval, is very nearly equal to the speed or the instantaneous speed of the vehicle at 11:10 am. Now we can further goes on decreasing this time, and it is defined by Newton, or it is explained by Newton, that the instantaneous speed can be found by the same formula, delta s by delta t. We are also doing the same thing here. We are finding out the average speed. Okay, but between between two time which are very nearer to each other, or the delta t change in time is nearly equal to 0. Remember, it is not exactly 0, because if this exactly 0, the time interval is exactly 0, obviously the distance change in that time will be 0, and will be 0 by 0, which has no meaning in mathematics. So it is not exactly 0, but this time interval or the gap of this time between which we are finding out the average speed is actually tends to 0. So I am writing here delta t tends to 0, or I am writing here limit delta t tends to 0 delta s by delta t. What does this mean? This means to find the instantaneous speed at a particular time. Remember, average speed is always calculated between two time interval, between 0 to between 11 to between 11:25, between 11:10 to between 11:20, between 11 9 to between 11 11. So 2 time intervals should be given to calculate average speed, but the instantaneous speed must be calculated at a particular instant. Okay, and how to calculate that? You do the same thing, delta s by delta t, change in distance divided by change in time, but when the time interval is very small or it tends to 0. Remember, it's not equal to 0, it tends to 0, and this is the way how to write it. Limit delta t tends to 0, delta s by delta t, or this total term can be written as ds by dt. So what is ds by dt? This means is this: ds by dt is nothing but finding out delta s by delta t when delta t tends to 0. Okay, and this thing is known as derivative, or you can learn it as, or you can tell it as derivative of s with respect to t. Okay, derivative of s with respect to t, and derivative is nothing but a small part in calculus, which we will learn in the next classes, but this is the meaning of calculus. Okay, in the next classes I will only tell you how to do this derivative. Okay, because every time you cannot use this, for this is not the formula, this is the this is the definition of derivative. You cannot use this to calculate the values of ds by dt. So in the next classes we will learn how to calculate this derivative, and for different functions or for different given polynomial, trigonometric function, and all that we will learn in the next class. Okay, but here in this topic, now remember 3 very important points. What are they? So these are the conclusions of what we learned today. First thing is V average. Two formulas are there. V average is delta s by delta t, or change in distance divided by change in time, or you can write it as total distance traveled divided by total time. And V instantaneous is written as limit delta t tends to 0, delta s by delta t, or this also can be written as ds by dt, which is told as derivative of s with respect to t. How it can be learned, how it can be told? Derivative of s with respect to t, ds by dt, and it means this. Okay, now there are 4 important points written here. What are they? If an object is moving with constant speed, then V average equal to V instantaneous. Okay, what does that mean and how is it valid? Let there are 5 students are there, and each of them I have given 2 chocolates to each of them. Okay, now what is the average? Do you have to calculate? Because average means if you will distribute equally, or if you have distributed the chocolates equally to each and every student, then how much chocolate they should get? It is already distributed equally, means the answer is 2. You can calculate also 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 divided by 5. Answer will be 2 itself. Means here any student you take, it got 2 chocolate, or you take the average of the chocolates given to the students, it will also come 2. Similarly, this is valid. You can compare this with this situation. So if an object or if a body is moving with average with a uniform speed, then it's at any instant you find its speed, whatever value you will get, the average you calculate between any 2 time interval, the same value you will get. Okay, so for any object moving with uniform or constant speed, V average equal to V instantaneous. The second point, we can only find the value of the derivative ds by dt if s is a function of t. What does that mean? Now if, for example, if I am telling you I have started from my home and I reached a school in 2 hours, okay, and the distance is 8 kilometers, and I started at 10 and I reached at 1. Let I am moving or I am walking, I need 2 hours to reach that 8 kilometers. Now if a question will be, and nothing, no more information is given. Now is it possible to actually tell that whether what will be the speed at 11:05 am, or 11:10 am, is it actually possible? At that time we may stop. It is possible that the person has stopped to talk with one of his friends. It may be also possible that the road is vacant and he is moving with a very high speed of 100 km per hour. It may also possible that the road is very jammed, or there is a traffic jam is there, and the person is moving with a very slowly, let at some 10 km per hour. So practically it is not possible to calculate the instantaneous speed in each case. When it is possible, by definition it is okay, but when we can calculate this value, ds by dt is the answer actually for instantaneous speed. But when it is possible to calculate this ds by dt? Only when s is a function of t. Okay, means if there is a particular equation is given, like s equal to let 3t plus 5, okay, where s is in meter and t is in second, like that it is given. Okay, it means the object is moving with by following a particular formula, like it means at a t equal to 0 second, s equal to how much? 3 into 0 plus 5, so that is equal to 5 meter. At a t equal to 1 second, s equal to, put t equal to 1, so it is 3 into 1 plus 5, so that is 8 meter. At a t equal to 2 second, again put t equal to 2, 3 into 2 plus 5, that is s equal to 11 meter, like that. So in this case, like this case, if you know how the s is changing with respect to t, or if you know the value of s as a function of t, then only we can find the derivative ds by dt. We can tell what will be the speed at 3 second, what will be the speed at 4 second, what is the speed at 4.8 second, what is the speed at 4.2 second. Otherwise, in practical real case, it is not possible to find like this if you don't know this function. In a real case, when we are moving, we are not following any equation, we are not calculating that we have to go 10 meter in 1 second, we have to go 20 meter in 3 seconds, not like that. We are moving as the situation permits us. So in real case, don't think that you can use it in any real case. You can use it in a real case only if you know this formula, a relation between s and t, the function of the s as a function of time, or the distance as a function of time, then only. Okay. And how to find ds by dt if s is this much? How to find ds by dt? That we will learn in the next class in mathematical tools. Okay, that topic name is given in the video. It is a mathematical tool used in physics. Okay, you can see that. Now, next point is v instantaneous can be equals to, greater than, or smaller than v average. V average and v instantaneous can have any value. Okay, sometimes v average and v instantaneous is same, like here. Okay, sometimes the v instantaneous may be greater than average speed, or the instantaneous speed may be also less than the average speed. There is no certain rule that v average is greater than v instantaneous, or not like that. You have to calculate the average and instantaneous both to compare them. Okay, any case is possible. Now the next one and the last one, v average is calculated within a given time interval, but v instantaneous is calculated at a particular instant. What does that mean? It means no one will ever ask you what is the average speed at 10 seconds. It is a wrong question. Average speed means it has to give two time interval. What is the average speed between 5 second and 10 second? What is the average speed between 0 second and 20 second, like that. Okay. But instantaneous speed, if somewhere it is asked, calculate the speed at 3 second. Okay, and it is not mentioned whether average or instantaneous, then you have to understand that at 5 second, at 3 second, at 2 second, in that instant you can only calculate the instantaneous speed. Okay, instantaneous speed, not the average speed. So whenever it is asked, calculate the speed between 3 to 5 seconds, you have to understand it is asking about the average speed. Whenever it is asked, calculate the speed at 4 seconds, you have to understand that it is asking about the instantaneous speed. Okay. So, that is all. Now, we will understand the instantaneous average velocity and uniform and non-uniform velocity in the next video, and also this topic is connected with the mathematical tools in physics. Okay, that is a video, you can check that to calculate, to know how to calculate these derivatives. Okay, thank you.